I just wanted to show y'all that, like I said, these are the things that when we talk about passing inheritance down to our loved ones, what does inheritance mean? Oh, also, one thing you will know is that if you um, receive inheritance from somebody and it's someone's junk, or you've been um, separated, like you've had estrangement from that person and they just end up leaving it to you and you do not want to deal with it, don't feel that you have to accept it. You can legally refuse or reject the inheritance. There is something that I don't know the legal word for, but what you are doing is that someone will call you, say Uncle Joe left you this house of junk and he was a hoarder, and there might be treasures in there and there might not be treasures in there, but it's now yours. And you despised your Uncle Joe. You did not get along. You haven't talked to him almost your whole entire life. You can reject the inheritance. Now, what happens after that? Probably.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexie Callies. Do you feel the squeeze of caring for an elderly loved one and school-aged children? Then welcome to the Sandwich Stories. Let's dig in.
Hiya! Hi, everybody. It's Lexie Callies with Sandwich Stories. I hope you're having a really great day. And I've moved studios yet again. The last episode, I was in a temporary studio because we had some issues with getting into the building. And now I've just decided to move to my house. So here we are. We're in my office, and made me think about an episode I did a little bit ago, and it was about collections, things you inherit from your parents. What are we going to be leaving our children? And as you can see behind me, I have a lovely bookshelf. And I was looking it over before I started the show, and I realized this bookshelf in particular um, are books either my mother kept from my childhood, and now they've also become books that I'm keeping from my son Shelby's childhood, and probably will keep them until he has children, and then he will get them, or his children will get them, and the books will move on. But then I was also looking that I have some really old books in here too, and I just want to quickly look back at some of these because some of them were my dad's books, and like this one. So these are books. Like I said, books. I don't think you can ever throw books away. It's hard for me to throw books away. And so this one, this actually was I thought it was my dad's. This was actually his older brother's book, Russell. So Russell Rue was my uncle, and it just says, read this book. And this was a copyright of 1945. It got reprinted in 1952, which is probably when my uncle received it. And it's called Adventures of the Gods. And it's a beautiful old book. It even has all these old photos in it. It's beautiful. I don't think I could ever throw a book like this away. And these are things that my son will also collect. This is a little bit of a controversial book. And I understand that, but I'm still willing to share it because it's something that we have kept. And this was given on Christmas Day in 1948. So we have to keep that in mind, that this was given in 1948. And my dad's mom was from the bayous of Louisiana. And this was the original Uncle Remus books. My dad read this. He did tell me it was very hard to read. So it's not something that I read, but yet again, I don't think I could ever give this book away. Now, this book was originally also written. Yet again, you have to think about these kinds of things. I understand cultural norms change over all the years, and I understand that. But this was also a copyright of 1880. So, and then this also had a recopyright by the new publisher of 1921. So then it was probably given one time to somebody, and then also to somebody in our family in 1948 after it was recopied in 1921. So these, I just, like I said, there's a lot of things that come with family that, you know, you just can't get rid of. Like I said, I don't know if I'll ever read this. I know the stories. I know what they are. Um, I know the controversy behind some of these books. Um, but yet again, I can't get rid of them. And then I have other ones that were my mother's favorites when she read to me, like Stuart Little, Charlotte's Web, all the Shel Silverstein books, except for The Giving Tree. That was not really one of my mother's favorite. I probably have it because somebody gave it to Shelby, but The Giving Tree was not a family favorite of ours. So if I have it, it was because it was given, not because it was mine or that it was read. Here we go. Actually, my two favorite books in the world, this one in particular, I actually met the granddaughter of this author, Frances Hodgson Burnett. Secret Garden is my favorite book of all times. I could read this book 1,000 times. I could watch the movie 1,000 times. And I love how on the backside it says, beloved by generations of young readers, ages 9 and up. I wonder how many 9-year-olds today are reading books like this. I don't think that many. And I think they should be reading books like this. I think we need to challenge our children. And also her other book, The Little Princess, also a favorite of mine. So also says 9 and up. Yeah. So, and I have every Ramona book ever written. It's just, these are the books that are going to get passed down. And then Shelby will have to find out what to do with them on his own. If he wants to keep them, wonderful. If he doesn't, it won't hurt me. But like I said in the past video, like, what are we going to pass down our children? For me, it's going to be some of these books. And then I also was thinking about it, sitting here in my office. What are some of the things that I've kept over all of these years, and why do I keep them? And I think part of it is because my parents always told me that if it's still in good working order, you should keep it until it's just completely worn out. And to me, that was office supplies. So when I went to school, my parents bought me school items every single year. But if they were still in good working order, or they still had paper in the binders, whatever it was, my parents made me keep it, and I will use it for the next year, because why waste the money? And I completely agree with that. So with that said, I was looking through this, and I want to show y'all some of this stuff. Like I said, I think Shelby's going to inherit some of this stuff. This binder. This is a binder I got from the Sanrio store. It says my name on the back. It says Intro to Fashion Merchandising. That was my first major, my freshman year of college in 1998. So that says how old this binder is, or this notebook. And look, it still has plenty of paper in it. Look at this. Why would I throw it away? But why am I not using it? That's the other question. So then that becomes, will I need this? I don't know. But am I going to throw it away? No. Is Shelby going to inherit it? Maybe. He will probably also inherit, if you'll indulge me a little bit more. Box of 64 Crayolas with the sharpener on the back. And as you can see, they were well loved. Look at these crayons. I love these crayons. But I was also very good with my crayons, because yet again, it was really important to me to keep my things nice. And I think that's just something my parents instilled in me to keep things nice. You receive it, and if it still works, um, you keep it until it's completely worn out. Let's see. What's some of the, oh, sky blue was obviously a very well loved color, but I can still write with it. I can still use it. Why would I throw it away? This one, what color is this? Red. I must have pushed too hard. I broke it. But look, I tried to tape it together, but I don't know where the top is. But I didn't throw the rest of it away. It's still in the box. And yet again, I have a feeling, unless Shelby needs crayons, these are going to be going to my grandchildren. And they're going to say, why are these crayons so old? And they're going to say, because they were mine when I was 10. These are 36-year-old. This is a 36-year-old box of crayons, but I haven't gotten rid of it. It's going to be Shelby's. And then I also one year probably got this collector's tin that says 1990 on it. Limited edition collector's colors Crayola. Came in this really nice tin, and it starts from when Crayola started. It tells you the history around the whole entire box. Look at that. To 1990. So I got this when I was 10 years old. And what's inside of it? A box of 64 crayons in a much better shaped box than that one I just showed you. Did I use a lot of them? I don't even know if I used this. Oh, see, look, this was a newer box because look, some of them are almost brand new. Some of them have been worn very well and used a lot. Like, oh, it's just falling out of its, okay, so peach. It's just the paper slipping. I thought it was almost empty, but it's just the paper slipping. But I have, oh, white has probably never been used. What color is this color I've never used? Brick red. Didn't use it. Still new. So why would I get rid of it? And I was one of those kids that had to keep everything, try to keep them in the color order that they came in so you can kind of see they live in their family, their color families. I was weird like that. And it also had in 1990, Crayola retired these 8 colors to their Crayola Crayon Hall of Fame. And it gives a list, right? A list of these. There we go. You can kind of see the list of these color crayons. Did I use them? No. I might. Whoa. I don't think so. Still all 8. Never been used in the box. Look at that. Will I use them? No. Will I keep them? Yes. Will they become Shelby's? Yes. Will they become my grandchildren's? Yes. And they will be in this tin, and Shelby will have kids, and they will go to his children, and they're going to say yet again, why do we have these? Where did these come from? And I was like, oh, those were your Grammys. They were mine when I was 10 years old. And these are just kind of the things, like I said, we keep things, don't we? And I know logically I shouldn't keep these things, but am I going to throw them away? No. Are they still useful? Yes. And I don't want to sound like a hoarder, but it's that mentality of, well, what if I need it? What if I'm going to use it? What if it's still in good working order? Why throw it away? These are all the things that I struggle with when it comes to this kind of stuff. Books, always useful. You can always learn from them, even from controversial books. We can learn from them, and that's why I feel we should keep all kinds of books, and your children should be exposed to all kinds of books because we all learn from them, either good or bad. We can learn mistakes. We can learn from the mistakes. We can learn how our society has changed, especially with books. These are the things that we need to keep. And then there's just the office supplies. Like I said, am I going to keep them? Yes. Am I going to use them? No. Shelby loves to, he has his own crayons. I don't, it's just things he's kept. Now, these are the things like, yet again, he's going to start collecting, right? What would he start collecting? Well, he's been going to the same horse camp that I told y'all he got a job at recently since he was 3. What are the things they do? Look, they do crafts with photos. These are the kinds of things that come home from his camp multiple times a year. He's decorated it. He's painted it. He's done all these things. Am I going to get rid of them? Heck no. What else did we do? Oh, look, he made this clipboard. Useful. Am I going to throw it away? No. Does it have his pictures on the back? Yes. This was from last year. So he was 13 when these photos were taken. So I'm not going to throw these away. And when he was little, they used to do rodeo day, and he would get one of these, Ride with Pride trophy. I probably have, they haven't done these in a while. They used to, not so much anymore. And it would say like #1 cowboy of camp, best fill in the blank, whatever it was. I probably have 7 of these. They all look the same. They don't say it. They don't have Shelby's name on them. Nope. Am I going to keep it? Yes. Are they going to become Shelby's one day? Yes. Will he have to decide what to do with them? Yes. Will he want them? Probably not. Although, knowing my child, he is a little bit of a pack rat. He might keep them. I don't know. Or maybe keep one. There's nothing wrong with keeping one and having the memory. I don't believe in throwing everything away. That's not what I'm saying. I don't believe that we need to throw everything away so that your loved ones don't have to deal with it later. But this is the start, isn't it? These are the things that we keep. That's the start of, we have to keep it. We can't get rid of it. It's so special. But is it going to be special to the next person? If this was mine, congratulations, Lexie. You are the cowgirl of the year at Ride with Pride Camp. Let's say that was me. When I was 5, which would have been 41 years ago, would my son want that? No. So why would I have kept it all these years and not let it go? I don't know. But I just wanted to show y'all that, like I said, these are the things that when we talk about passing inheritance down to our loved ones, what does inheritance mean? Oh, also, one thing you will know is that if you receive inheritance from somebody and it's someone's junk, or you've been separated, like you've had estrangement from that person and they just end up leaving it to you and you do not want to deal with it, don't feel that you have to accept it. You can legally refuse or reject the inheritance. There is something that I don't know the legal word for it, but what you are doing is that someone will call you, say Uncle Joe left you this house of junk and he was a hoarder, and there might be treasures in there and there might not be treasures in there, but it's now yours. And you despised your Uncle Joe. You did not get along. You haven't talked to him almost your whole entire life. You can reject the inheritance. Now, what happens after that probably goes to the state and they just they probably auction it off, the whole house, everything. The city or the county or the state will auction it off and it will go for pittance. But there's always somebody who's going to go over it because it's a treasure hunt. And there's people who just really love a treasure hunt. So yeah, these are just these kinds of things. Oh, I always find this funny. My husband laughs at me because I can't get rid of them. Again, I can't. Office supplies. This is my problem. Office supplies are my kryptonite. So I'm opening this up. I have lovely totes. Everything is, I just want to say that I do have everything completely. They're all in their Tupperwares, right? It says clips on it, multiple on the side and both ends. So regardless of on the lid too, wherever you put it, you know what this is, what's inside. It's clips. Yeah, I know. Duh. But what kind of clips, Lexie? Oh, well, giant bulldog clips of all sizes. Look at these. I have bulldog clips coming out of my ears. I have hundreds of them. Look at all of these. I have so many. Paper clips, but just tons of, look at this, paper clips, but that's not it. No. Is it just that? No. I literally have I have baggies full of paper clips, and I don't know what to do with them. I even have these old school ones. Look at this. Like these old clips. I don't know what to do with them, but will I get rid of them? No. If I found a good home for them, I probably would pass some of them on. Yeah, tiny clips. Yet again, still in good working order. Will I ever need this many? Probably not. Am I ever going to get rid of them? No. Like I said, if I found, oh, this one has a magnet on it. Look at that. Magnet, great. Put it on my refrigerator, clip up a note. I didn't know I had this. Now I do. But like I said, if I found a really good home for them that really needed these, I would pass some of them on. I'd keep some of them. But then am I going to ever end up using all of these? No. Who's going to get them? Shelby. This. I'm realizing I have a problem in real time while I'm here talking to you guys. So bear with me. Yeah. So this whole thing is just different kinds of paper clips and bulldog clips and oh, just you name it, I've got it all. But it's nicely organized and labeled. And so yeah, I have, these are the things I will be leaving my son. He will need some of them in his life. He will not need all of them, but they will be his. And I'm sure you all are in the same boat as me. And you are all dealing with some of the same questions that I'm dealing with right now in this moment. I'm dealing with these questions like, I know I have them, but they live in the closet and they're nicely organized. So I don't worry about them. They don't bother me. But now that I've taken them out and I've looked at them and I think, oh my gosh, why do I have this? Now, I volunteer at the school in the copy room. I might have to count some of these out. Maybe we need some of these things in the copy room and I can donate them to the copy room. Because we do a lot of copying, we do a lot of clipping with when a teacher asks for 100 copies of something, we have to clip them together or rubber band them, whatever it is. So maybe I have some of these things and I can pass it on so it'll be used and not just sit in a nicely organized box. That will then eventually get packed up and donated to my child when he has his own place and I no longer need it and I want to pass it on, or I've passed away and they've lived in the closet nicely and then I pass away and my husband passes away and then it's another 40 years from today and now he's going through it and thinking, oh my gosh, Mom, why do I have a giant shoebox full of clips or crayons or notebooks that were my mother's in 1998. So maybe he'll enjoy the books. I don't know if he'll enjoy my office supplies. And maybe he will look back fondly on his own treasures that I have been keeping this whole entire time from the time he went to camp and all the other things he's done in his childhood. And if he doesn't want them, that's okay with me. It won't hurt my feelings. It'll be okay. So with that said, I hope you all have a really great day. And I hope you have fun going through your things. And maybe you'll make some decisions just like I've making decisions today about some of these things that I've kept over these 30 plus years. Oh, and by the way, some of these clips, actually almost all of these clips came from my mother. I've already inherited them once. So maybe I need to stop the inheritance moving down the line to my son. So get out there, look in your closets, make some choices. And if you don't want to make the choices, that's okay. But maybe it will get you to start thinking that maybe choices do need to be made. All right, song of the week is going to be from a Broadway singer. I was listening to the Broadway channel with my mother because she loves the Broadway channel as we were driving around, and Christina Connors was singing this song. It was an exclusive to the Broadway channel, but I'm sure you could find it somewhere else. This was done in 2017, called We Can Be Kind. It does have some children saying some things throughout the song just as a voiceover, but the song is very sweet and wonderful. And I do believe that we can all be kind to each other. And maybe kindness is what we're missing in the world sometimes. So get out there, be kind, clean out your closets, and I will see you all next week. Okay. Thanks so much. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Sandwich Stories. I really hope you learned some new things and enjoyed it. If you did, tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your dad, tell everybody you know to also listen. Maybe they'll learn some new things, how to help each other out, and find us at Sandwich Stories Podcast. Thanks so much.